And now moving to Venezuela, where Nicolas Maduro has come up with a rebuttal against President Donald Trump's administration. The Maduro government has said Venezuela will stop receiving deportees from the United States in response to President Trump's decision to revoke Chevron's license to operate in the South American country. At an event in Caracas, without mentioning the company's name directly, Maduro said scheduled flights to bring home Venezuelan immigrants from the U.S. had been affected by unexplained tremendous commotion. In earlier remarks, Maduro said that if it was up to him, Chevron would in fact remain in Venezuela.
Now we have a problem because with all that U.S. did, they've harmed the communications we had opened. And I had an interest in the open communications because I wanted to bring all the Venezuelans they have unfairly jailed and prosecuted there just for being migrants. Being a migrant is not a crime. The persecution of migrants in the U.S. must end because migrants have dignity, family, and deserve human respect. Migrants' human rights must be respected. And this has affected the flights we've scheduled with our planes to bring back our migrant brothers and give them a warm hug when they're back in their land, as happened with the 3 planes that we brought back, 2 from El Paso, Texas, and 1 from Honduras. Then the U.S. objected to this. It's sad and terrible, this persecution against human beings who only sought a better economic future as a result of U.S. sanctions against our country.
Now, last week, the Trump administration reversed a key license for the Houston-based company, citing lack of progress on electoral reforms in Venezuela and migrant returns. According to reports, Maduro's officials privately warned the Trump administration they would halt the repatriation flights. Trump administration's Chevron order has delivered a heavy blow to Maduro's autocratic regime, and it's likely to increase more pressure on him to bring in democratic reforms and accept more migrants from the U.S. Chevron is a key driver of Venezuela's growth, providing the country an economic lifeline. In fact, in recent years, the company ramped up production to supply about 20% of Venezuela's oil output, helping it tackle skyrocketing inflation by injecting hard currency into the private sector. Ending Chevron's production in Venezuela could eventually remove up to 200,000 barrels per day from the global oil market, much of which is shipped to the U.S. refineries on the Gulf Coast. Now, Maduro's latest decision could potentially trigger even more aggressive measures from the Trump administration, and Washington is also preparing to revoke waivers allowing other foreign oil companies to operate in Venezuela. The situation has been in a crisis since Maduro declared victory last year after elections were widely considered fraudulent. And this standoff with the Trump administration could plunge the Venezuelan economy back into darkness.
Merci beaucoup. Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Namaste, Mr. President.
Bharat Kelogon, Komeri Namaste.
How many people generally follow you in interviews?
Typically in a month we have viewers up to 150 million, that's more than twice the population of France. And in the last 2 years, we had 3 billion viewers. So I say, Laurent, this is your chance to be famous. You're on Firstpost. One word to describe your equation with Prime Minister Modi.
Amitié.
As India and France work together, are you creating a new era of non-alignment in the technology space?
India is a training superpower. 1 million engineers a year, more than all of Europe and the US combined. So we have that partnership. We have a partnership on the environment and the economy. We also have civilian nuclear programs, and that is something we've developed far beyond the France-India relationship. So we want to work together on AI.
And then comes China with its DeepSeek, creating models at a fraction of the cost. Did that innovation take you by surprise? Did that breakthrough make you sit up and think, what did the Chinese do and how?
But what did DeepSeek do? They took everything that was already available from the last AI model, and then they recalibrated it.
So are you going to ban Chinese AI in France?
So we don't have this American approach of banning tech because of where it comes from.